Malaysian cinema started with early film era in 1933. The first Malaysian cinema film originally started with Laila Majnun. The movie was directed by B.S. Rajans and produced by S.M. Christie. It was the first ever film made in the Malay language, but it is more influenced by Indian cinema and culture as the director and producer are Indian. Next, in late 1941, the Japanese army had invaded Malaya. During Japanese occupation, the Malayan cinema was affected where the film production had paused. The Japanese controlled and banned all films except Japanese films in Malaya. Many people refused to watch films made by the Japanese. After the Japanese occupation ended, there are some movies produced inspired by the experience during that era. For instance, Sergeant Hassan showed the inhumanity of the Japanese and the courage and hardship of the Malays. The movie was made in conjunction with Malayan's first Independence Day. After the post-war period, Malaysian cinema has been growing greatly. The growth of Malaysian cinema has been known as the golden era of the Malaysian film industry. It is the era where the emergence of two famous studio houses owned by Shaw Brothers and KHAIRUL. During golden era also is the time where the legendary P. Ramlee made an appearance as a successful Malay director. He produced and directed many films during that era. P. Ramlee made his first ever feature film entitled Penarik Beca. The glorious years of studio era came to the end with the shutdown of Shaw Brothers in 1967, followed by the closing of KHAIRUL in 1972.
FINAS is a government agency that established in 1981. It is fall under Malaysian Film Development Act 1981. Basically, the role of FINAS is to protect, consolidate and enhance the local film industry to compete internationally. The establishment of FINAS enables the local film industry to bring their problem. To highlight here, FINAS is an agency that helps to boost up local film. The mission of FINAS is provide financial assistance in the form of loans and grants to industry players, implement and plan training program, provide rental equipment and other items to assist filmmakers to start the production, licensing and enforcement. The first one is licensing in Malaysian film industry. Every company must have license from FINAS. It includes producing, film distribution, film preview. The second one is Malaysian Made in Malaysia Certificate MIM. It is to ensure 70% of the film produced has local content. The objective is to give opportunity for local people to work in the industry. The third one is Production Certificate, is to protect the industry and permission to shoot film in Malaysia. Next, Compulsory Screening Scheme. According to information from the FINAS, this policy formed to accept and consider any local to join venture films for compulsory screening at cinemas by exhibitor. The next one, Entertainment Duty. This policy enables every state government receive entertainment duty from the tickets collection. To be highlight, FINAS applied this duty since 1987. Last but not least, feature film grant and loan. This help the local film industry. Filmmakers struggle to get grant and loan to produce the film. Thus, the Ministry of Information and Communication Heritage and also FINAS create this fund. Finally, Film Production Nationhood Fund encourage Malaysian filmmaker to achieve national heritage and culture. So the film will be selected must be culture oriented and show the richness of Malaysian culture.
Malaysia is an incredibly diverse country, containing many different ethnicities, languages, cultures, and religions. Malaysia has a unique identity of multicultural society that can bring into Malaysian cinema to promote the nation's true colors in globally. Malaysian films, in a way, can be uniting people by showing examples of solidarity and equality that can be imitated by the viewers to create unity among them. The identity of Malaysian cinema is focused not only Malaysian films, Indian films or Chinese films, but the true essence of Malaysian cinema is from the national unity of Malaysian people. Malaysian films such as Sepet, Gubra, Talent Time, Bola Bola, and Estate are some of the local films that can be categorized national model films as they bring all races in Malaysia under one roof. A real definition of national cinema when the films focus on unifying element create harmony. It brings people together instead of dividing them by race, culture, political beliefs, or other differences. Essentially, these elements can be found by finding common ground among people of different beliefs and background.
Malaysian cinema is now well known, especially in neighboring countries such as Indonesia and Brunei. The average film in Malaysia is very well received by neighboring countries. It received very positive and encouraging feedback. Among the films that are well received in neighboring countries such as Brunei and Indonesia are Boy Boy Movie 2, Agent Ali the Movie, and the film that is very impactful that shakes and breaks the cinema in Malaysia is Munafik 2. The first thing that makes Malaysian cinema potential to be a national cinema is the producers have done some research. Made some research is essential to find out what is our targeted market and what kind of story that Malaysian people like. For example, the producers made surveys to the community. Due to the research, directors in Malaysia will know the genre or storyline that many are interested in and will be well received by the community. The next thing that makes Malaysian cinema potential to be a national cinema is details shown in the movie. There are few details that we need to take into action. Among them are scripts, actors, editing, and so on. As we all know, the main attraction and influence of film viewers in Malaysia is the actors and characters played. Actors hired should be actors with quality talent in acting, especially actors who are already popular and well known. For example, Nur Fazura, Siti Saleha, Mira Filza, Shukri Yahya, and so on. Lastly, it is a good sound effect. Here is an example of a good sound effect for horror movie.